Face for Fashion for Africa here. Now, would you like to see yourself doing something similar of your own here in the Gambia? Do you have the inkling of coming back home and stay home and do something in your own home country?
This is mine. The Face of Fashion for Africa is mine.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not Mahogany International. We are partners.
All right.
Yeah, we are
Meaning
partners.
that you give, at the end of the day, you give a contestant to go to the model of color.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So this is solely my project and my brainchild. Shola is a partner. We've known each other for many years, and through that, as well, I was able to lobby the contract for the winner to take part, represent Gambia in the top model of color in the UK, and also feature in Fashion Finest online magazine, which is also owned by Mahogany International.
All right. Let me take you away from the models. Now let's come to the designers. We have some incredible fashion designers here in the Gambia. Wonderful designers. I mean, I don't need to name them. Are you thinking of doing something for the fashion designers as well?
Yeah.
What do you plan?
Well, it's similar. We'll have a designer competition, similar. I already have an ambassador who's one of the top 10 designers in Africa, who's gave me a contract actually this year that whoever wins as a designer will be able to work in his own fashion house in the UK. Similarly as well, but that competition won't be taking place until next year. I had planned it for January 2011, but that wasn't possible, so I'm moving it to 2013. But yes, it'll be the same. They will have the opportunity, the same, to work with a fashion house in the UK as well. Yeah, that's why I'm Kosiba. But then there are other people who are also interested in giving that kind of prize as well. Yeah.
So fashion on one side, events planning is a bigger thing. What else do you have in your entourage?
At the moment, I've been concentrating on this because it's taken quite some time to be able to get done. I've only been here in the country for about 5 weeks, so I've been concentrating on this. But what I'm hoping is that from the successful delivery of this, I will be able to get people who are interested in my services, and then will appoint me as a consultant for their events planning, or appoint me as their event manager for their events, because the business that I started in the UK is not just corporate events, it's also wedding planning as well, and balloon decoration as well. And it's really funny when people refer to me as, oh, the one that does balloons, they hadn't realized that I would make the minimum for maybe an hour's work or 2 hours work, £350, and then if I was doing a day's work, I'd earn £1,000 in a day. And you're talking about over a month. I used to get invoices or contracts back to back, especially in 2004, 5 and 6 and 7. I used to have huge contracts, especially with some of the promoters, the Gambian promoters. So that's the kind of work I would also be looking at doing here. I studied balloon artistry, believe it or not, and what I say studied up to A level, structural, and that's with, you know, aluminium rods, doing sculptures, and yeah.
How lucrative is this balloon decoration? I know there used to be a Nigerian lady that, well, I work as sometimes part-time as a master of ceremony, and I have chaired a lot of weddings and corporate functions as master of ceremony. And there was this Nigerian lady who she had a catalog, of course, of various designs outdoor, and minimum 30,000 for something as small, just blow balloons, tie them here, over there, you know, make an arch where the bride will. And one of the most expensive ones I saw was something close to about $80,000 just to blow balloons and just. I said, wow, I wish I was blowing balloons and decorating. How lucrative is this?
It is a very lucrative business, especially if you know what you're doing. It's very lucrative. Yeah, you keep your overheads low, and then basically you can make a lot of money. Like I said, I was working from home, and I was able to do this. Apart from having a full-time job, I was able to do this as well. And I mean, most of my clients used to be non-Africa Caribbean. I mean, I went into it because I was tired of going to Gambian weddings and seeing it very dull. That's how I went into it. But then the area that I live in is North London, Islington. There's a lot of people who are very affluent. So once I started sending out my cards through to estate agents, through to Montessori nurseries and schools, especially the colleges. City and Islington College is one of my biggest clients. HSBC Bank as well were one of my biggest clients. So I would always do their product launches and school awards and ceremonies. So it's very very lucrative. But the market started to get a little bit saturated, and then also my career interests moved onto other things. And you need a lot of workers as well, assistants, prepared to have, just because I didn't have the time. I had a full-time job as well. So quite hard to be able to manage people going out to do the work on my behalf.
Now, how soon do you want to set up your events planning?
Well, I'm looking at setting it up either before I execute this, the Fashion for Africa, or immediately after, because I've already started setting plans already. Most of my equipment's here already, so it's just a matter of making people aware of what I do as well. So that's what this is part of as well, making people aware of what I do. I mean, my actual company name is Beauty in Business.
Beauty and Business.
Beauty in Business.
Beauty in Business.
Beauty, yeah, that's the PR. That's the PR function. The event management is the balloon gallery, events and party planning. So I have different hats, but it's all under the umbrella of events.
Looks like you're going to be an employer pretty soon.
Yes, yes. Well, that's the whole point. You know, that's the whole point. I mean, the girls or boys who have entered, I mean, they will never, I mean, even if they don't make it to the last 15, that won't be the end of our relationship with them, because there's various functions that we can work with them, you know, to do, to keep them still motivated. And there are also agencies who are prepared to work with us as well. And so we're business planning at the moment. We're really planning on how to create and make it bigger, especially, I mean, with my partners that I have and the consultants here. We're really looking at how we can expand.
Let me ask you a question that I have evaded all along. When is the date for the Fashion for Africa?
The 22nd of December, 2012. The 20th is Saturday, the 22nd of December, 2012.
Venue?
Keraba Beach Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've got to make sure I say Jama Hall, not Juma. Just mix them up. So it's Jama Hall. The manager, Gerard, has been so sweet, and Barry. They've been really good at helping us to be able to plan the event. So definitely, it's looking very exciting, especially the UK end. I was quite surprised, because I was expecting more of the excitement to be here, but I have also people over there who are also pushing the event for those who are planning on coming over. Because, I mean, although there are other events, not everybody wants to go to Pub Juve or go to these other events that are specific, with the kind of specific music. There are people who are coming from the diaspora that this is the kind of events that they look forward to, which are modeling events, designer fashion shows, and the like. So we're quite positive, especially when we've got different nationalities of Africa competing. So we're very, very confident in reference to the participation, from other people, from other African countries.
Well, if I may take this one as last question, what would you like to say to your sponsors at this time being, and the people you're working with, the girls and all those people involved in the Fashion for Africa thing, which is coming very shortly?
I'd like to say thank you to one of the sponsors that I didn't mention, who's actually been waiting for 2 years to give me the sponsorship, with Gambia Experience. I want to say a big thank you to them for helping me and believing in the project before it even was implemented or initiated. I'd like to say thank you very much to AfriCell. Though it's a bit challenging at times, but to AfriCell definitely for being patient with us, and we've been patient with them. And then all the girls and everybody that's involved, thank you all.